Okay, we're going to be picking this back up with the slave trade. I'm going to back verse it real quick because I've been doing a lot of jumping around. But we're going to pick it up at Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 22 and 23. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon a tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed to God Yahweh. And accursed to God means under a curse, doomed, abominable, and hateful. Now we're going to read the warning that Moses read to the people before he had to die for his transgression against Yahweh in Mount Nebo. And I'm going to pick it up at Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 23. Take heed unto yourselves, lest you forget the covenant of Yahweh your God, which he made with you, and make you a graven image or the likeness of anything which Yahweh thy God hath forbidden thee. For Yahweh thy God is a consuming fire, even a jealous God. When thou shalt beget children and children's children, and you shall remain long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, and make a graven image or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of Yahweh thy God, to provoke him to anger, I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that you shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto you go over Jordan to possess it. You shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. And Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and you shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither Yahweh shall lead you. And there you shall serve gods, the work of men's hand, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. So basically, Yahweh said he was going to scatter us among the nations, and we was going to be left few in number among the heathen. Okay, now let us define heathen so we won't be ignorant to who we've been scattered amongst. And we're going to use two books to define heathen so we can come to a correct understanding of what heathen actually means. Now we're taking it back to the Book of Facts, which is Funk and Wagnall's New Encyclopedia. You must have these encyclopedias or you just be lost. Okay, we're going to pick it up. In Jewish history, however, the Exodus assumed major proportions. It was led by Moses, the first great prophet who, on Sinai, the sacred mountain, received a covenant with Yahweh. This early religion incorporated in itself and bequeathed later to Judaism. So, the worship of Yahweh is Judaism. Now, in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27, it says, And Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and you shall be left few in number among the heathen. Now, we just broke down the Book of Facts that the worship of Yahweh is Judaism. So now we're going to define heathen in the Book of Understanding so we can get a clear understanding of what's going on and who are these heathen that we've been scattered amongst. Okay, and we're here. Heathen, one who adheres or follows to the religion of a tribe or nation that does not acknowledge the God of Judaism. You see that? They don't care where you're from, what nation, what tribe you from. If you not acknowledging Yahweh, you's a heathen. And the first people up as heathen is Christians. Why are they heathen? They don't believe in Yahweh. They don't acknowledge Yahweh. They acknowledge the gods that their forefathers have created. Jehovah and Jesus Christ. Gods that you can't find nowhere documented in history that's ever did anything, that's ever been here. The only reason why Jesus Christ is still out here alive today in the minds of the people is because you give him life. And the only way you hold on to that story and that belief is through faith and faith only. But how can you have so much faith in a man who was supposedly only been here 2,000 years ago? There's no pictures, no writings, no nothing. And you could mean to tell me that y'all didn't get a picture of the Messiah, but they got pictures of the pharaohs 4,000 years ago up close, and you can, the moldings, the sculptures. You mean to tell me nobody took a picture of the Son of the Creator? Nobody had a book to say, okay, today we was with Jesus Christ and we did this, that. No one. But all these people we did miracles to, no one had no biography, no nothing. So I mean, it's just hard to believe. But back to the book of understanding. One who adheres to the religion of a tribe or nation that does not acknowledge the God of Judaism. And that's Yahweh. And the first one up is Christian. They have Jehovah and Jesus, their forefathers created. Second is Islam. They have Allah, which is actually all law. Not Allah, all law, which describes the character of Yahweh. All law. Such persons collectively, the unconverted, one who is regarded as irreligious, uncivilized, or unenlightened. Such persons collectively. I'm going to read that again for you. Heathen, one who adheres or follows to the religion of a tribe or nation that does not acknowledge the God of Judaism, which is Yahweh. Christians is first. They have Jesus and Jehovah. Islam has Allah. And the dictionary says such persons collectively. The unconverted, one who is regarded as irreligious, uncivilized, or unenlightened. Such persons collectively. So don't tell me I'm spreading lies and making fables. We reading right out the books of understanding that connects the whole world together. So if anybody want to be mad about me exposing them, don't get mad at me. Go expose the people who wrote these books using facts and history. Now, we're going to pick it up to our slave trade. Because remember, for he that is hanged is accursed to God. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death and he be put to death, thou hang him on a tree. His body shall not remain on the tree all night long, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed to Yahweh God. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 22 and 23. Now we're going to pick up the slave trade of us being hung on a tree. Because once we got hung on a tree, that means we was a curse. And a curse means under a curse, abominable, doomed, and hateful. So now we have to find the curse that we are under. And we're going to pick it up at Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm going to read a couple of the blessings so you can get a kind of an understanding that this whole chapter deals with blessings and curses. I'm going to pick it up at chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God. So there it is. Yahweh said, look, if y'all listen to me, I'm going to set y'all on high above all the nations. And he said, and all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee, if, there's that choice, thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, or listen to the voice of Yahweh thy God. I'm going to bless you. Now let's see what the opposite side of not listening to Yahweh, your God. You the one that made the covenant with him. Yes, you ignorant niggas who don't know who you is today. You made the covenant with this creator. You made in his image. That's why you're suffering right now. You either going to be back to your original mind state as Yahweh in the flesh as the son, or be forced to the garbage can. Take your pick, because time is running out. And in a minute, you ain't going to have no choice. It's either going to be life or death, because life and death is on the tip of the tongue. So you better know how to watch your mouth and know when to talk and when not to talk. Now, we just read the blessing, and the blessings would have been bestowed on us, which they were for a short period of time, if we hearken or listen to the voice of Yahweh, our God. Now, let's see what happens when we don't listen to Yahweh, our God. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, this is already going to happen. He already know we are ignorant people and stiff-necked. If thou wilt not hearken or listen unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. Yahweh shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Meaning we forsake the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh, which makes us one with Yahweh. These laws that he have is just not laws for you to follow. This is his character, you know? And he created Adam to be him. That's why in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 and 27, the Creator specifically states, I'm going to pick it up at the 27, Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. So Yahweh created man in his own image. In the image of Yahweh created he him. Male and female created he them. So the original creation, once again, is Yahweh on the earth. Adam is something that I believe that after the Bible was translated, they separated that name because they didn't want the world to know that Yahweh created Yahweh on the planet. And you see, a lot of people don't know that, and they've really abused us, you know, not knowing. But hey, what the scriptures say, you under the law, whether you're knowledgeable of it or not. So, I mean, just tough turkey. All right, back to Deuteronomy chapter 28. And there's 68 curses, so I'm going to jump around a little. We're going to pick it up at Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 25. Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. So Yahweh tell you right there, that's part of the curse. Oh man, I'm going to reject everything you try to do with your hands, anything your kids curse, everywhere where you work is cursed, everything you do is cursed. And then he said he was going to cause us to be smitten before our enemies, and we was going to go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for our hurt and our disobedience. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, Deuteronomy 28, verse 26, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray or chase them away. Yahweh will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch whereof thou canst not be healed. So Yahweh said he going to smite his people with the botch of Egypt. I wonder what botch means. You know, this Bible is written in such an allegory, euphemism, byword, proverb, cryptic writing, Masonic order. I have to have a dictionary so I can decipher these things. So now we're going to look up botch, seeing that Yahweh said that he was going to smite us with the botch of Egypt. Let's see if I can compare this definition to some blacks of America, descendant of the slaves. To ruin through clumsiness. To make or perform clumsily. Bungle. Everything you do is just clumsy. You look like you just can't get it together. To repair or mend clumsily. A ruined or defective piece of work. Like half the brothers out here, man, you just look at them, they just standing around all day. You like, man, what, do you got any purpose in life? I mean, everything they do is just destructive and backwards and negative. So we have a people in America struck with the botch of Egypt. A badly repaired part or flaw. Okay, we're going to skip around to some more verses. We're going to pick it up at Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Who prospered from all this slavery? Who could say, man, hey, we came up for them 400 years, you know what I'm saying? And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Okay, now we're taking it back to the book of understanding. I want to look up oppressed so I can get a clear understanding of what's going on with this oppression. And see if I can tie this back into my people. Okay. Oppress. To subjugate or persecute by unjust or tyrannical use of force or authorities. Like how they persecuting us in the streets and doing us unjustly in the courts. And then when they catch up with us, they're using tyrannical force or authority that's used by the police force and the authorities. Shoot niggas down, stumping niggas right on camera. Not guilty. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of that verse in Zechariah, not to leave